Hello, my name is Dan Callahan, and I would like to address a big issue in the United States. That issue is public transportation. I've been to Europe several times, and every time I go, I'm increasingly impressed with their public transportation system. Whether it is bus, subway, metro, or boat, they seem to be doing it right, and many destinations are a simple ticket away. An example would be this e-ticket that you can purchase in most European cities, and that leads to the bus, metro, subway, all the different forms of transportation. Their systems are also very organized and can be understood by many different cultures. In the U.S. this is not the case, and therefore this is the topic of my speech. With the need to create jobs in our country right now, public transportation would be extremely helpful in getting our economy moving. Every $1 billion invested in federally aided public transportation capital projects support approximately 30,000 jobs. The American Recovery and Reinvestment Act would enable us to invest $8.4 billion to create 252,000 jobs for out-of-work Americans. While it sounds like a lot to invest, in reality for every dollar invested, $6 generated in return to stimulate our economy and our pockets. And to focus on you as an individual, each person would save $8,000 a year by taking public transportation and would need one less car. Taking a look at our environment, you can see that transportation emissions alone represent 33% of all emissions in the United States. Imagine the positive impact on our environment if we could decrease that number. To help paint an even better picture, the use of public transportation would decrease the same amount of carbon dioxide emitted from 4.9 million homes, or every house in Washington, D.C., New York City, Atlanta, Denver, and Los Angeles combined. You may be thinking, does one person make a difference? Well, the answer is yes. If you switch just a 20-mile round-trip journey to public transportation, you would reduce your carbon dioxide emissions by 10%. And that's just with one 20-mile round trip. The energy one person could save with public transportation would exceed the benefits of using energy-efficient light bulbs, adjusting thermostats, weatherizing your home, replacing your refrigerator, all of those combined. We've all been dealing with the rise of gas prices over the last few years. This, of course, has affected every person's ability to commute and the bottom lines financially. This is greatly due to our overdependence on foreign oil in the U.S. With public transportation, we would cut down on 4.2 billion gallons of gas annually. That would come out to saving 900,000 fill-ups every single day. You could alone save driving an average of 4,400 miles every year. Imagine the reduction in stress, money, and time you could have. I know that if I had a day on the road, a bad day on the road, it affects every other aspect of my day. I'm automatically in a bad mood, and my experience throughout the day are negative, and they're affected by the transportation as long as it takes to get to work. So imagine your normal morning. For most of us, we spend the morning running around our house trying to get ready. Then, we grab a coffee, breakfast, rush into the car, throw things, take a deep breath, and hit the road. Now comes the turmoil of fighting every other car on the road trying to get where you need to be. You're faced with people running late, people driving slowly, accidents, traffic jams. I'm stressed out just talking about it. Now imagine your morning with public transportation. Granted, you're probably still running out of the house, and then you walk to get on a public transportation vehicle that is waiting on you because the schedule is based on community needs. You get on, take a seat, take a deep breath, relax. You maybe get to actually enjoy your breakfast. Then you step off at your destination and begin your day, refreshed and energized. According to the U.S. Secretary of Transportation, Mary E. Peters, we are experiencing increasing congestion on our nation's highways, railways, airports, and seaports, and we are robbing our citizens of quality time with their families. An individual can expect to waste 47 hours a year, or almost 8 full work days sitting in traffic. Public transportation is the #1 way to fight this problem. Our road systems will be much more effective with reduced congestion, courtesy of alternate travel options. So what's the bottom line? How do we fix it? Once the proper form of transportation is built and in place, businesses can look at adding the benefit of tax-free transit pass to workers' benefits that can be deducted. This will lead to economy stimulation. We can also look at the use of smart card technology, real-time scheduling, and dispatching systems so the consumer's needs are met immediately. Household income is then freed up to be spent on other needs and wants. U.S. House Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure Chairman James L. Oberstar sums up the needs for public transportation perfectly, stating, "With ever-increasing levels of urban traffic congestion, our cities need safe, convenient, and efficient transit systems now more than ever." Thank you. And that's my audience. Janice.